Yet. I'm coming around toward the Bay Area. K6MYC, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, getting ready to run the Bozo Net. Just a minute or so behind time today. I'm turning now toward the Bay Area, looking for KW6S. And there we are, I'm splitting the difference between KW6S and Santa Cruz in the Bay Area. So I'll take check-ins from either area, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
K6MYC, good evening, Mike.
Okay, thanks, guys. You just caught me by surprise because I hadn't heard anybody on here before. I heard you, Fred. I heard another voice in there too, but I didn't get who it was. So hang on a second. As I realized when I said I'm ready to check-ins, I wasn't really ready because I didn't have my log sheet here. Anyway, take a transmission, Fred, and I'll bump the antenna a little bit to get more on you, over.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Yeah, good signal tonight. When you first came on, you were good. It's cold and windy out here. We had rain earlier today up in Palo Alto, and then clear skies came, but now it's getting very, very cold outside. Is that any better? Back to you. Where'd you go? KD6S, okay?
Hi, good evening, Fred. K6WIS here.
Hey, good evening, Paul. Yeah, you're coming in really good. Good to hear you. It's a chilly night down here. It's getting cold. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's chilly up here, too. It's probably down below 50 right now, like 48 or so, and then it gets colder, maybe down to 42 tonight, so...
Yeah, I think we're getting a cold front from Alaska again. It's coming down this direction in the next few days, so it is pretty chilly outside and windy too.
Roger that. Well, let's hold up the net. So 73, you're 5x3 there. Let's see, it's KD6S okay, K6WIS clear.
Yeah, good evening. Where are you clearing off to?
Well, I'm just leaving the frequency for the next. Good evening, Mike, here 554.
Yeah, Roger. Well, we're back scattering to you, of course. Good to hear you. We missed you last night, but good to have you in here tonight. K6 Whiskey India Sugar and KD6S OK, and I think there's somebody else in here as well. Anyway, good to hear you, Paul. And I didn't get much more signal on you, Fred. I did go back and forth, but I just didn't get much more. Let me see if I'm not. No, everything seems to be in order here, but I just don't have a lot of strength on you. Anyway, take one more transmission, and then we'll take a standby and see who else is in here. KD6S OK. And I didn't get what you said because I was in the middle of hooking up my Bluetooth on your previous transmission to me, K6MYC. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, yeah, Paul, sorry. Good evening, Paul. So, Mike, it's getting windy and very cold outside. Yeah, so it looks like the cold front's moving through from Alaska, I guess, from the north. And so I stepped outside about half an hour ago, and it was really chilly. So, and the skies are clear. It rained earlier today in Palo Alto, and now it's dry again and no clouds, but very windy and cold.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we had a little bit of a cool-off here today, but it wasn't much. Mostly due to the fact that we didn't have much sun. We had a light, hazy sun and not heavy overcast, a light overcast. The sun was still coming through. Most of the time you could see a little shadow, but we weren't getting that much warmth from it. So, anyway, but it did cool off a little bit. I was working in the yard with just a T-shirt, and it was one point in time when the wind came up. And when the wind was on me, I said, well, I better go in and get my long-sleeve shirt. And then the wind stopped, and then I was fine for the next half hour, and I didn't have any more issues with being cold. So it was pretty mellow here today. It was 60 instead of 70 today. I think that's what it boils down to. All right. Let's see, who else in the Bay Area do we have, or in Santa Cruz? K6MYC.
K6KLY.
K6KLY. Boy, you're weak, but I'll got you. How you doing tonight, Russ? Over.
Roger, okay. The antenna is pointed out in the Pacific to get the guys that are out on 840. Check in, 73, CR6.
Somebody came on CW at about 30 words a minute. Did you initiate that, Ross? Over. You went way off frequency.
73.
Oh, don't sign. I didn't get any copy from you yet. I'm trying to figure out what you said. You said the antenna was pointed out to the Pacific. Over.
73, Mike. I'll see you on 16 and 73.
Okay. Boy, he must have some terrible ears over there. All right, who else do we have in the Bay Area?
Let's see, W6PQL.
Okay, W6PQL. Boy, the conditions are ready. You guys got that weather front in there tonight. Let me bring it up where you would normally be pretty good copy. Let's see if that's any better, Jim. W6PQL, K6MYC, any better?
Yeah, your S7 to S8. It was just a dip in the propagation. You know, you came right back even before you touched the antenna over there. So that's all it was. And yeah, it was interesting today. I had a pre-op appointment over there at Stanford. I'm getting surgery on Friday. It's just a hernia. But I don't do anything halfway. It's a double hernia, so they're going to fix that up for me. And I probably won't miss any nets, depending on whether or not I can sit without too much pain at the operating position here. But the first time that'll be an issue, I guess, will be Sunday night. But anywho, what else was I going to say? Yeah, rained quite a bit when I was out there driving back, and then it just passed through. That's it, one shower, and it was a pretty good shower, but that's all there was to it. I guess in the next maybe Thursday or Friday, we've got in the forecast some more. So you may get some of that too. K6MYC, W6TQL.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It could rain here. I think we're calling for a little rain today, but sprinkles or something. There was a light chance of rain, which means we don't get rain when it's that way. We might get enough sprinkles, but nothing that's measurable. So we'll see what happens. I did a lot of yard work today that I needed to do, but get ready for spring. The temperatures are so warm here, the plants don't know whether to start popping out or not. And there's a couple of trees, my peach trees and my nectarine trees that I have not pruned yet. And I don't want buds to start forming on the limbs that I'm going to be trimming off. But I pruned crepe myrtles today. I have about 8 crepe myrtle plants, and they're very large now. So I took the better part of the afternoon to get them all pruned back, and they look good. And in the process, of course, I found huge thistle plants growing up, 6 to 18 inches high around them in the foliage of the yard here. So a lot of weed pulling, a lot of pruning. Anyway, nice weather to do it in. It wasn't sunny very much, but it was hazy sun, as you heard me say. On the hernias thing, is this in your stomach wall or somewhere else? Over.
No, it's down in the groin area, and it started giving me trouble this summer when I was over in the Azores. It was difficult to sit, and it's been progressively worse. So I've been wearing one of those belts for I guess since September. But I'd eventually like to get rid of that belt. So it's time to get it fixed. It takes you 2 or 3 months to get a surgery appointment. You know, you've got to go through the process of seeing a couple of doctors and so forth, so they can verify you really got what you think you got, and I sure do. So anyway, we'll get it taken care of, and all will be good after that, hopefully.
Well, good. Let's hope it all goes back in all right instead of comes out all right.
Yeah, well, when it did bulge out, I was able to get it back in okay, but I don't want to keep doing that the rest of my life, so time to fix it.
Yeah, that's odd. Normally you get a hernia when you strain yourself, but I've got what the doctors when they first see me, they see a hernia at my belly button. And I've got a little hole there which isn't sealed with any flesh, with any internal flesh over the hole. Normally you can't stick your finger in your belly button hole very far before you hit bottom. Well, my bottom doesn't exist there, so there's a little hole about the size of my forefinger. But there's a little bit of fat that's developed in there, so it's a little tiny nodule of fat. It looks kind of ugly, but I'm not worried about it. At my age, I'm not trying to attract too many women. And they want to know if I want it fixed. And with all the crap going on in the hospitals these days and all the medical crap that's going on, I didn't want to go in for next to nothing. So I don't need it. It's not a real hernia, but they think it is initially, and then the doctors, all of them now have agreed, well, we can fix that for you, but it's not a hernia. Let us know if any bowels pop out of that hole, but right now the little globule of fat is causing that to be plugged, and it's stopped up nicely with a little fatty tissue there. It's a weird little thing. Anyway, we all got weird stuff when you get old. W6PQL, let's see who else we have in here. W6PQL, we should have JNN and a few others. QRZ, Bozo Net, 222, K6MYC.
KW6JNN is here.
Okay, I heard KW6S. I'll get down your way in just a second. Who was the other one? Go ahead.
WDB6JNN.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good evening, Jim. WB6JNN and KW6S. Good day, and you probably did not go out and fly planes today, did you?
No, not today. I could have.
Oh, you didn't have any wind? It was just cold?
Yeah, it was cold, but the wind wasn't too bad this morning, but I had other things on the burner there, so I didn't go out.
Okay. Matt didn't mention if anything had come into the plant today. Of course, he was not supposed to bring it home. He was supposed to leave it at the plant, but he didn't mention that something had come in. He did bring me 2 other packages. So, but one was from the mail and one was from the guys at the plant. They keep me stocked up with a few of my essential supplements that I've been using on a regular basis, and I was out of a thing called red yeast rice. It's a very benign supplement. It lowers your blood pressure slightly, usually 5 to 10 points, and it also aids in any issues you might have with regularity of bowel movements and stuff. That's very good, very nice stuff. It's very simple, but every now and then I run out. There's about 1,000 capsules in every bottle, and you take 2 a day, so it takes a while to run out of it. But that came in today also. Anyway, more medical stuff than you want to hear about, right?
Well, at our age, that just is part of the deal.
Yeah, that's for sure. Anyway, good to hear you, and we'll look for you up. I don't know if you'll come up on 6, but we'll look for you on 6 in a little while. And it'll be toward the end of the evening, probably closer to 9 than to 8, because we'll start today about 8:15, 8:30, and then I usually start in the Bay Area, in the Nevada area. Then I work my way backwards to you guys. So that's why you kind of end up later in the evening. So if you can't stick around, I'll understand. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow on 1296 under any conditions if you can make it. Hopefully the weather will be stable enough not to have a completely torn up evening. WB6JNN, and then we'll pick up over there to Tom in Santa Cruz, K6MYC for your final, Jim.
Yeah, okay. Well, nothing else here today. I just was around the house and finally got the, I like to say, I reduced the afros on my lawn down to a bushy haircut.
Okay, what was it? What did you call it here before you cut it?
An afro. I had several afros on the lawn, so I evened it all out to just a bushy haircut.
Oh, okay. Probably looks a lot better. I've got to do mine. My lawn is covered with the remains of all the stuff that comes off of redwood trees. Wind came from the southwest and southeast, and they're on the south side of the lawn, and boy, a lot of little twigs, a lot of little pieces of redwood. It's not bad, but I'm going to just mow it, and hopefully it'll pick it up and I can dispose of it, but it looks like it's pretty ratty looking right now. I was waiting for all that to be over with before I go to a big problem of picking it all up, because it'll just happen again if we get up another big windstorm. Anyway, glad you got your brush cut there. Hi. Let's turn it over to Tom. Let me get the antenna down your way, Tom. Here we come. That should be pretty close. I touched the radio. Am I still on the frequency?
Yeah, I think you're still there.
Yeah, it's okay. I brushed the screen with my finger, and it beeped at me. I guess I touched something that didn't mean anything. It beeps if you just touch the screen, and even if you touch something that doesn't do anything, which is hopefully what I did. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I think you dropped in signal quite a bit when you moved the antenna this way, but I'm still hearing you in good shape. I haven't talked to Lee. I just got an email from him a couple of minutes ago, and he said he thought he'd be on 6 tonight. So that's about the only update there. Otherwise, 10 meters has been wild and crazy and fun, and not so much on 6.
Yeah, I haven't monitored 6 all day, but I wasn't in the house to check it. I think if the voice had come out of the speaker, I would have heard it, but I did have it turned down pretty low. But no, it's just a very unfortunate situation with 6 meters, everybody playing FT8. That may be just the characteristic of the band. I'm not sure other than being a VHF band, I'm not sure I can get very excited about 6 anymore unless it comes back and we get some real serious activity on phone. Anyway, we'll look for Lee on 6 tonight. Hopefully we'll hear him. And did you talk to him at all about his 432 thing? Is he working now, or where is he on that?
You know, I asked him that on an email, and he didn't really answer it. I don't think he's done too much more with it, but he did buy a spool of LMR 400 to start wiring stuff up in coax and being able to move it where it's maybe a little more useful. And so I think he's moving forward. I'm hoping he'll be on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's good. Do you know if he bought the LMR 400? Did he buy the cheaper stuff that is just as good? Over.
You know, I don't know. He just the email just said he said he got a 250-foot spool of LMR 400, so and a few connectors. So I don't know where he got it or if it's the real deal.
Well, I'm just, he could save money, and there doesn't seem to be any downside on it. You know, that one evening we had quite a discussion about feedline, and everybody that we talked to on the band had used the 2 kinds that are out there. One size, one name starts like Spitfire or something. It's a kind of an unknown name, but they all seem to be equivalent. They all have good jackets, they all have good low loss, and they all are very consistent and good quality. So they've maintained the quality of the LMR 400, which is a good thing. When the patent ran out for times, they of course they couldn't keep these people from doing it anymore. But anyway, everybody at least didn't make crap. They made good cable, so that's a good part. Okay, well, I guess that's it. We'll move from you up to one more pass across the Bay Area, make sure I didn't miss anybody, and then we'll go up and get N6RO, and then to Sacramento. So there you go, KW6S for the moment at least, and we'll see you about 8:45 K6MYC.
50 feet or something a couple of years ago, and I went with the Times LMR 400 because it was for the phasing lines on my 1296 array, and I didn't really want to take too many risks on cutting and checking those and getting them to come out right.
Yeah, I hear you. From what we can tell, it's very, very consistent and has a velocity factor right where it should be, or a little better. The last time we did testing, I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, we tested some LMR 400, and it was 0.853. So it was a smidgen better than it was spec'd at. Instead of 0.85 or 84 is what it's supposed to be. So it's good, and the higher the velocity factor, of course, the better the coax. All right, see ya, and we'll see you at about quarter to 9 or so. KW6S, K6MYC.
Very good. Catch you on 6, quarter to 9 or so. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, and I'm going to go back into the Bay Area here again. Anybody left in the Bay Area?
Got a relay.
Okay, go ahead to relay with you, Paul.
Yeah, forgot to mention N1PPP is on. I had a short QSO with him tonight. N1PPP, Dave up in Nice.
Okay, but nothing from Doug, KC6RCM. He wasn't in there?
Actually, Dave mentioned he was going to keep a schedule with KC6RCM down on 070 on 222.070 is their QSO frequency, over.
Okay, but he didn't check in with you tonight, huh?
No, but he is probably there.
Yeah, okay, I'll probably check him in. Since Dave said he was going to go down and work him, that's a pretty good sign that he was there.
Thanks, Mike. 73 K6WIS Jacksonville.
Roger. Thank you, Paul. We'll see you on 6, hopefully. K6 Whiskey into your sugar, K6MYC going up to Oakley. There we are toward Oakley. Now maybe he's rested up enough tonight and not having a Zoom meeting. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
Howdy, Mike. K6MYC at 6RO 835. Had a successful day of repairing things and took care of that arc fault we had on an amplifier. It was a bad PL259, of course. And we inventoried, took all the hardware off the 20-meter booms, and doing an inventory of what we need to replace parts. And that's about all. I just watched all day in 6RO.
Oh, just watched. Well, that's there's something to be said for work. I love work. I love work. I can watch people working all day long, over.
I know that. Well, I've got a instability problem, wobbly walking, and I just don't want to risk a fall. So unless I'm really needed, I just sort of sit and watch.
No, it's better to be wobbly walking than wobbly talking. We know what that is. We see that every day. Okay. Anyway, okay. Good deal. Well, hopefully you'll get that thing back up before too long. It sounds like you're on the trail there. Okay, on the PL259. Was that on the output of the amp?
No, it was somewhere in the... we had a Drake tuner in line and a W2 watt meter. So it was a PL259 on one or the other, and I forgot what Gary resolved.
Oh, I'll be darned. They don't usually go to voltage. There might have been some contamination or some deterioration of the inner dielectric or something in one of them, either in the PL259 or the SO239. That's rare. I don't think I've ever heard of a situation like that. Maybe it was developed from a lightning hit that arced it, and then you back-fed it, and then it started to get worse from the amplifier.
Yeah, well, once we solved the problem, we didn't go any further. So we're back on the air with Kilowatt on station 5.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll look for you on 6 in a little while. And in the meantime, try not to do too much walking. Stay off that wobbly ground. I've got wobbly ground all over. I was stumbling around like a drunken sailor today. I kept getting my feet tangled up in weeds and stuff. I was cutting bushes, cutting the limbs off of some of my crepe myrtles, and boy, those are stiff and straight. They're stiff though, and if you happen to step on it wrong, and then one of them is on top of your foot and the other end's under your foot, then you can't get your foot out from under to take the next step. So like I said, I was a couple of times, I had some people here working on the drywall, patching my water holes that were done after they repaired all the hot water runs. And I was hoping that they hadn't seen me out there on the lawn, because they must have thought I was doing some kind of weird Indian dance for rain or something.
Well, at least you can still dance.
Well, I just, by default, yeah. I wouldn't call it a classic rock and roll dance, so it was like yours, wobbly. All right, see you in a little bit. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, the main thing is I live alone, so I don't do much unless someone else is here in case I do have a fall.
Yeah, well, I'm not that bad. Of course, I live alone all day long. Usually, I don't have workers here. Today, there was workers here, but if I'd fallen down 100 feet from the house, they wouldn't have known it unless they heard my screams of pain or agony or something, because there's so much area around the house that's covered with foliage or chicken pens or wood piles or something. So I just try not to fall down, Ken. Just don't fall down. It's simple. See you later.
Doing my best. See you on 6.
Yeah. Okay, let me get up towards Sacramento. And there's Sacramento. And maybe we got Darren in here tonight, KJ6KFB. Are you around tonight, Darren? K6MYC. Okay, no Darren at the moment. Let me go a little further and get KR6MR. KR6MR, are you functional tonight? No, he's not on 220, so he can't be functional on this band. Let's see. I think Darren should be in there with his smashing 10 watts. Maybe I'll give him another call or two here. I don't think we're going to have Bill. Bill's probably under the weather. Let me get the antenna right on you here. Darren, that should be awfully close. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, calling and listening on the 222 Bozo Net. Nothing on from him. KO6KD, are you able to stagger to the mic or not tonight? KO6KD, K6MYC. Are you around, Bill? Okay, no Bill tonight. He must be still under the weather. Okay, well, we're not that early. It's 8 o'clock already. So I'll go on up to Nevada. Here we go to Nevada. Okay, here we are, pointed up toward Nevada, looking for 272 KE7UQL or N7 Whiskey Tango. Either one of you guys around tonight? Yeah, you're kind of down a little bit, but we got you there, Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC. Make a transmission. Maybe I'll sweep around and see if I can find a little more signal there.
Roger, there could be a little chatter. Tremendous wind today, blowing all day long. They keep taking the antennas to the east. He says I'm not pointed in the right direction. Big wind today, over.
Oh, okay, that's why you're down. You're not pointed in the right direction. Okay, I couldn't get much of a peek on you. You're pretty broad. So I couldn't get any more out of the signal. I found that you dropped off at 360 even, and came up pretty good from about 4 to 8 degrees east. But not bodacious like your normal signal here on 222. The other night you were rocking and socking in here like a local. Anyway, let's see if Larry's in here tonight. N7 Whiskey Tango N7WT K6MYC, over.
Yeah, K6MYC, November 7 Whiskey Tango, number 657. You're not real strong tonight, but again, I got noise on this band for some reason. You're about S5. N7WT, over.
Oh, you're very solid and no flutter. And I didn't look at the meter. You can look at the meter on your end if you're streaming and see what my meter says. I can't see the meter on this radio, so you'll have to watch it. Maybe I can see it on the big screen here. It's up on the screen, too. Let's see. Is there an S meter on that reading radio somewhere on that screen? I don't see it. Oh, well. Make another transmission, and I'll see if I can see something wiggling here on the screen, Larry, over.
All right, yeah, just for some reason, you're just not solid here tonight. And I got a lot of noise. I don't know where it's coming from. It almost feels like a generator running or something, along with your audio coming through. So I don't know if maybe this radio is finally dying. It's giving up on me. I don't know. K6MYC, N7WT, you're just not real strong tonight, over.
You got a pretty tall spike. I saw a couple of voice peaks go all the way to the top of the screen. It's a very small screen portion of the, but I did see it. So clearly you're moving the meters, if you want to say that. Okay. Well, listen, we'll take a little break when we finish up with you, and then we'll come up on 6 meters in your direction. So we'll call you at about 8:15. If it's okay, we'll start at 8:15 and go from there. I don't think anything's abnormal here. Let me just check my VSWR once. Yeah, I got the same Viswar as I had last week, so it looks pretty good. Hopefully everything's okay up there. And I'm running about 800 watts or so here. So it may be just your old radio dying there or something. I don't know what's going on with Daniel. He said the antenna's off in the wrong direction, but maybe he doesn't have a rotator, and it may have gotten blown in the wind or something. Anyway, we'll take another standby for Daniel. We'll say 73 dual area, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so on 6 meters. KE7UQL to take it with N7WT, K6MYC. Over, Daniel.
Roger. You're coming up now. You're sounding a little better. But this station will go ahead and say good evening. K6MYC, KE7UQL, 73.
Yeah, no, good signal.
He's going the other direction. 73, Mike. Roger on 8:15 on 6 meters. And after that, you went right into the noise. 73 in the morning, N7WT.
Roger. Tell him Roger, Daniel.
Larry, Mike says Roger.
Not sure he's even copying you. Boy, you're loud now. You guys traded places. You were kind of mushy and low, and Larry was high and good signal, and then all of a sudden he went in the mud and you're up high. All righty. Take care. I don't think we'll see you on 6, but we will hopefully I guess you still don't have 1296 up. You didn't get that up and running on the weekend, did you?
Negative. What I have is two maps up in the air. One is holding 432, which is a stat pair of 440-18, and the other one is holding up a pair of 222-10 EZs, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're doing good considering your low power, so it's helpful to have more antenna than power here. Anyway, you're doing good, Daniel. Thanks so much for being there, and we'll see you on Wednesday, I guess. You got 2 meters up because I did work you, I think, the other day. 2 meters is up and right?
No, but I'll try to get that one up. 432 is up, and I'll see what I can do Sunday or Wednesday for 2 meters, over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, in worst case, we see you on Thursday, but hopefully we'll also see you on Wednesday there. Thanks, Daniel. Good to hear you. And appreciate you always being there. KE7UQL and 7WT, K6MYC taking a break for about 5 minutes, and they're going to bring that up on 6 meters, 50.140, 6 meters in about 5 minutes.
KE7UQL 73.
73.
73 from here also. Daniel, he's in the noise for me now. 73 you, Daniel, and 7WT.
Yeah, you're perfect copy here, Larry. Perfect copy way above the noise. So you have a receive issue, over.
Larry, Mike heard you perfectly. He seems to think your receiver's weak, over.
Area for any light checks or missed on 222. Light checks are missed on 222, K6MYC Bozo Net. About 5 minutes, we'll be going to 6 meters. We'll be coming up toward Nevada in about 5 minutes on 6 meters. 73 all, K6MYC for any late checks or missed.
Yeah, Mike, you can put in number 52. Steve was there tonight, W6BQL.
Oh, good. Thank you very much for that. Somebody else was underneath you. Who was the other one?
WA6AXX.
Oh, good evening, Ed. Glad. I knew there was somebody missing. I don't know how I could have missed you. Anyway, good signal. Booming over here, over.
Yeah, good. I just woke up. That's why, anyway. Be good. Take a break and see you on 6 meters.
Roger, Roger. Okay. Everything seems to be okay. I couldn't get a call sign out of that. Was that K6 whistle?
86BQ. I can't resist whistling back to you. 86BQ.
Okay. Big signal tonight, Richard.
Yeah, I missed that. Go ahead, Mike.
I I said big signal tonight. Good copy, no problem. You can whistle back to me anytime you want.
Yeah, the whistles are usually louder than the voice, but anyway, I just got the antenna pointed this way temporarily and unfolded the stepper. We're going to fold everything up and turn it back into the wind as soon as we're done here. Over.
Okay, you got wind up there, do you?
Oh, yeah, lots of wind. We've been having high winds all day long. I actually had my son go out this morning and run the tower down to about 40 feet and get the antenna a little closer to the house so it doesn't take such a beating.
I'll be darned. Yeah, we're not having much here. We didn't get any wind today. It was about 60, somewhere 60, 65. Quite a mellow day, but a little bit cooler than yesterday, a lot less sun, so I think that had more to do with it than anything. Let me turn this 220 down. Boy, I got a lot of background noise here.
Maybe that's what's coming into my radio when you talk to me, Mike. And 7WT.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Can you hear me when I key? I'm just going to key the mic. Listen now. What do you hear? Did you hear anything when I stopped talking?
A little bit, but not like on 220. On 220 when you're talking, I'm getting noise comes with you, and I don't know where it's either my radio is dying or I've got some outside source or what. But I'm just not getting a real clean signal from you right now. Over.
Huh. Yeah, and you're not. Did you hear Daniel's comment to you?
Daniel, I can hear Daniel, but what was he said something about a cable loose or something? Was that what you were thinking?
No, he just said that I said you may not have all your full-blown capability on receive because you weren't copying me very well. You were perfect copy here, and you said you'd lost me. Over.
Yeah, you went right into the noise there when you were talking to Daniel. I couldn't hear you at all. I knew you were there, but I couldn't understand it. And you were never higher than about S5 on my meter, where lots of times in the past you've been much stronger. So maybe my old radio is starting to give up and die on the receive. Over.
Yeah, who knows? What is it for a radio or transverter?
Yeah, it's an ICOM 375 Alpha.
Oh, okay. Well, won't be too long, and we'll have a beacon up here on 222, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear Frank's beacon. He's got the beacons running on 432 and 2 meters right now, and I think 1296 is coming next, and then 222. We're waiting for all the pieces to come together here. But there will be a beacon on 222 that might help you.
Okay, Roger on the 220. By the way, right now you're S0, Mike. S0 on 6 meters. You're copyable, but at least it's not noisy here. You're S0, but copyable. Over.
Well, you're about S1 to S2 here, so not much difference. Over.
Yeah, you just popped up to S5 right then. So I guess the tropo is moving around. We got a weather front coming in tonight, so it's probably screwing it all up. Over.
Yeah, it could be. I think the antenna's okay here. I didn't try wiggling it back and forth on you. We got a good copy on you, so if I hear you guys well, I don't usually go fussing around too much with the antenna.
Yeah, Roger, I can see you're solid right now, S5. But a minute ago, you were down S0, so there is a little QSB. Over.
Yeah, well, there's a little QSB, and maybe it'll come up even stronger. You're stronger on that. You were about S5 on that one also.
All right, well, let's get on with it then. I just wish my 220 worked better than it used to on the receive. I seem like I'm losing my receiver there on the darn thing. K6MYC and 7WT.
Yeah, well, normally don't just go downhill, but maybe it was never all that good in the first place, but it should have a reasonable noise figure. You should be 2 or 3 dB noise figure.
Yeah, well, it used to, like I say, it used to be at least the signal was clean. Now it's like I got a generator running along with your talking.
But you don't seem to hear that on Daniel?
No. Well, actually, I get some of it there too. I think it's on everybody. Daniel's way above it. He's 40 over 9. But when you're right there, you're running right with whatever the noise is that is being generated.
I'll be darned. Okay, I don't know what that would be.
I have no idea. I can't figure it out. It didn't used to have it, but now it's there.
Okay. Well, let me see here. I should go down. We're probably going to be very few people in here tonight. We had a very light check-in list. I think about 12 or 13 only on 222 tonight. So some people sick, some people not checking in. Bill down there in Sacramento or Roseville is under the weather, so he didn't check in.
I hope it doesn't happen, but they're forecasting a possibility of 2 feet of snow Saturday for us. 2 feet in the valley floor for Saturday.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I haven't looked at the weather reports. I usually wait for Frank to tell me what he's got on the schedule. His weather and mine are pretty similar. He's just up 15 miles from here. W6 BBS. Anyway, let you go. We'll say 73s and shoot it over to Richard. And Richard, we'll look for you this week on 432. We had you last week. You were a little on the light side last week. It was air. We did hear you, but it was never Q5. KD6BQ, Wassa Valley, Nevada, Delta Mike 09, K6MYC, Delta Mike 07, over.
73 Mike from N7WT. So they claiming this is going to be the largest storm of the season. 73.
Well, that's good. Maybe we'll get our largest storm here as well. We need it. I'm only still sitting at just 9 inches here. Go ahead, Richard.
Yep, roger there, Mike. Yeah, well, 432, the wind is, I fixed the antenna. I'm sure it's screwed up again now, but it had twisted to a 45-degree angle sitting on the fence. So I suspect the polarization was screwed up a bit. That probably didn't help. Plus my 5-watt. Actually, I ought to ask if Ken likes looking at and repairing old KLM amplifiers and see if he's interested.
Oh, do you have a KLM 222?
Well, I have an amplifier for 432 that's not working.
Oh, okay. Well, Ken can do it. I don't know whether he can do it time-wise. Maybe I haven't heard him on here this evening. He didn't show up on 222, and he hasn't checked in here on 6 either. I may talk to him tomorrow. He's got something that's come in from Jim Eagleson. WB6JNN has sent over a 1296 transverter that's going to be part of the beacon system here, but it's got a failure on the front end of it. I don't know what it is, but there's something blowing. It's probably not the power device. It's something ahead of it. So Ken's going to look at that, but I could ask him if he would like to look at a 432 Mirage, is it, or a KLM?
Well, I'd have to look at it. It's one of the two.
Yeah, well, they're similar. So there's the other problem. I'm not sure if those devices, those bipolar devices, are available anymore. Is this what's the failure mode? Do you have any idea?
The only mode I know so far is basically no output.
Okay, just no output. Okay. Well, it's worth asking. He's certainly capable of fixing it if he can get the parts, and I'm pretty sure he can get the parts from RF Parts down in San Diego. He has a lot of that older stock from Motorola, so pretty sure that could be done. Ken's just been, and is always on the busy side of things. Hopefully we'll get, just keep asking the question, Richard, and we'll get the answer sooner than later here. KD6BQ, 73s to you guys, and we'll see you on whatever you can get on, probably Wednesday night for you, K6MYC Bozo Net.
WB6GY Bozo 884.
73, and I'm just curious if Ken's willing and able, no pressure, and if he's too busy to do it, that's fine too. I'll figure something out. Maybe it'd be good for me to work on it a little myself there. Anyway, 73, and we'll look for you on 2 meters. K6MYC, KD6BQ will be clear. Good evening.
Sure, 73. Good evening. Good evening to you, Phil. I looked for you this morning, but we didn't have anybody else to gather around, so I called a couple of times on 41, but a little bit late after you had kind of gone away for your coffee, and then I called again on 037 or 137, and I didn't hear you down there either, so we didn't hook up with you. Anyway, I think Frank's in here also. Did I hear you, Frank? Who was the other one, GBS?
Yes, 694 GBS.
Okay, very good, Ben. Hang on a second. Let me get it up to Phil in Twain Hart and see if you can hear him. WB6GGY, K6MYC. Go ahead, Phil.
K6MYC, WB6GGY. Yeah, I sat on 7.1, what was it, 37 or what, yeah. Anyway, the alternate frequency there, which is what I thought we had moved to. Anyway, but I just checked 41 and I didn't hear anybody talking, so anyway, jumped back and forth a few times, and I figured, well, maybe everybody had dental appointments or something, so we neglected to leave it on. Anyway, very good. So WB6GGY and the 2-meter transverter is ordered and being built at this time, and I've also got a fairly old 432 transverter that is being given to me, so we'll have to get it checked out and see how good it is. Anyway, that's the lineup. And back to you, Mike, WB6GGY in Twain Hart.
Okay, very good, Phil. Ben, are you hearing the distortion on Phil's station?
But I could hear him pretty good. I wasn't. He's better than a lot of people have been, but it sounded good.
Okay, so you didn't hear the squirts and the squeals and all the other stuff in his audio, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you would have known if it was there. Let's have him make another transmission. Phil, give a call for WB6GBS and see if he can copy you. Go ahead, Phil.
Okay. WB6GBS, W6GBS, I believe it is, WB6GGY, and we'll test in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WB6GGY. Back to you there, Mike.
Okay, did you copy all that distortion, Ben?
Yeah, I heard something there. It was messed up there a little bit there, but he was. I could copy everything you said anyway, but there was something wrong there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, something's wrong, Phil. I wanted to be sure. Ben is louder, as loud as you are, just about the same, and he's clean as a whistle here. So I was thinking maybe something's going on with my radio. Almost sounded like it was in my radio, but I don't hear it on Ben at all, and he's got a similar audio level as you, and similar audio. Did you copy Ben at all, Phil?
Oh yeah, I'm copying Ben without any trouble.
Okay. You might want to listen to the stream. Can you get the stream up, or do you want to have somebody listen for you?
I will check and see if I can get on the stream here, and I will definitely check it there. And I will also do an audio check here off frequency.
Yeah, that would be fine. Do an audio check too, and you may hear it right off the bat. Maybe you can find it. I can't say exactly what it is. It's not like the classic RF feedback. It's not that, but it's clearly on every syllable of your voice. It's just way not right. It's readable, but a lot of extra stuff in there. A lot of products that shouldn't be there. All right, let's see. Ben, how are you doing down there? WB6GBS, K6MYC.
We're doing real good. I've had my other 2 nets earlier, so all of them were good there. So we're doing great here. I got an intermittent heater there that was giving me a problem here. I called somebody out, they look at it, it's working great, so they can't find any trouble with it. But then it doesn't heat every now and then, so I got intermittent trouble.
Is this your home heater?
Right, Roger.
Is it gas or electric?
It's a gas.
Okay. Well, and they were out and looked at it, and they obviously checked the pilot light and all that stuff and turned it off, turned it on, and it came back on and everything. Yeah, that's odd. It may be something in the controller that hangs on the wall there. That may be just not making a consistent connection when the thermostat gets down to whatever you have it turned on at.
Yeah, they say the control panel may be a problem, may have a loose connection in it or something, and it could even be the glow plugs or whatever they call them there, that it could be in that. There's 4 of them, but I would only get one of them would turn on. The fan would turn on, and then you get a click, and you hear that one. The first one would start at night, and then nothing would happen. I mean, glow anyway, so it would go out. But then when they get here, all 4 are burning brightly, so I don't know.
I'll be darned. I'm certain he must have checked for pressure. Your pressure might be low or something, and just not enough there to get the thing to fire up. Anyway, hopefully you can find it. I don't know, but the last couple of nights we haven't needed much heat. My heater's barely come on, but I think it'll get a little cooler tonight. We'll probably have the heater on. I have mine set to come on at the back end of the house. The sleeping end comes on at 68. The rest of the house in the front here where the fireplace and everything is, I don't bother turning it on unless the temperature gets down to 67. So they didn't even come on the last couple of days. Alrighty, let me see who else is in here. I'm pointing toward I'm still looking toward the north, but I could swing over and see if we can get KR6MR.
KM6 SRR.
Okay. I heard you, Rob, but somebody else was underneath there. Who was the other one underneath, Rob? K6 Lima Papa Fox LPF, is that it? Where are you located? Give me your grid square and your location so I can point at you. I just can't read you. Over.
Charlie Nancy 0, California. Northern part of California, Redding, over.
Oh, Redding. Okay. KD6SW, pretty good signal. Let me get it over in your direction. This should be a little better for you. KD6SW, K6MYC, over. Oh, now I don't hear you at all. What's that? Okay, I hear you, Rich, but I haven't heard your call yet. I got it completely screwed up. Charlie November 80, I got that part Reading, so I know who it is, but I don't get your call yet. Try it one more time, and I've got the noise blanker on now. Go ahead. Yeah, I got it now. That's what I heard earlier. Okay, K6 Lima, Papa Foxtrot, Charlie November 80 up there with Rich and Jerry. Can you, do you have a Bozo number up there and a name? Give me your name and your Bozo number if you have it, over.
The other Bozo number, the call is 306.
Yeah, you're trying to get me to correct a call, but it's just not strong enough. And stay on a little bit longer, and let me swing the antenna back and forth and see if I can pull you out. I know you're strong enough for good copy, but the band is not helping at all here. So give me longer transmission, and I'll see if I can find the absolute peak on you. Is it K6 or maybe it's November 6 Lima Papa Fox? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the prefix that I have wrong. Try it again. Try it again. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. Mike here, over.
Kilowatt 6 India Papa.
Do we have a K6 LPF, Rob?
06 India Papa.
It's India.
India Papa Fox?
No, we don't.
Okay, maybe we got your call wrong. Is it Kilowatt 6 Indiana Pacific, Florida? K6 item. God dang. India Papa Foxtrot. Is that India Papa Foxtrot? Is that it? K6 India Papa Fox, or is it Lima? Lima, or India, over? Who's
6 LPF in Bakersfield. I just keep punching call signs in the QRZ to see if I can find this guy.
Yeah. Who is talking to me?
He's in Cottonwood.
Who is talking to me and trying to get the guy's call? Who is it? What's your call?
But why, Mike?
I doubled with you. Say it again, your call?
Yeah, this is K6USY, Mike.
Oh, are you hearing him?
Through your radio.
Okay, well, I don't think, no, he clearly told me he was in Charlie November 80, which means Reading, and I heard him say the words Reading. So that's where he is, and but we can't seem to get the call straight. Is it, I heard him say kilowatt, is Kilowatt 6, London Pacific Fox, K6 LPF, over.
Yeah, K6 LPF is not a valid call sign.
India.
Who's saying India?
This is Whiskey 6 Sugar Whiskey. I hear it on your SDR. I hear it on your radio, Mike.
I'm hearing Lima very clearly. So I'm struggling with that, Steve. Anyway, thank you. Case W6SSW. The problem is I can't get him to continue to call. I know it's boring, but he's got to give me that first letter because we don't have a valid call under that call sign. So I don't know what valid means. You mean he's not a Bozo member or he's not an ARRL amateur radio operator? Which is it?
He's on QRZ.
Okay. Okay, he may not be a Bozo member. Okay. K6 Lima Papa Foxtrot. Give us another transmission. I guess you're not a Bozo member, but we can give you a number. We can give you a number, and you can tell us if you have other bands. It would be much easier to copy on 2 meters. But you're pretty good here on 6, all things considered. K6 London Papa Foxtrot, K6 MYC. Over.
India, Mike.
Try looking up K6 India Papa Fox. Rob, see what you get.
Yeah, K6 IPF is a valid call. He's not a Bozo.
Well, LPF is a valid call also. He's on QRZ.
Yeah, India Papa Foxtrot is a valid call, but he does not have a Bozo number.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing India. I'm hearing Lima. So that's what I'm trying to get for sure from him. But right now he's down in a fade here. Let me see, Rob, let's see, John, KR6MR, are you copying me at all? K6MYC?
Roger, KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Are you hearing this guy in Reading?
No, I do not. He would be on the back of my beam. So it's a K6IPF. That guy lives in Cottonwood, California, wherever that is. Over.
Okay, I heard Roger. So we got K6 Indiana Papa Foxtrot. Is Indiana, Italy. I is the first letter of your call. I for Italy, is that right? Okay, you did have it right, Aaron. Got better ears than I got. I kept hearing Lima. Anyway, we got it now. Would you like, we can give you a Bozo number. Let me give you a Bozo number. Rob, give me a number.
1123.
Okay, you're going to be, if you want a Bozo number, it will be 1123 1123. 1123, 1123, over.
Okay, copy, 100%. Got it. K6MYC, K6IPF. Got the number, and you're starting to build up a little bit more, so I won't hold it. I just wanted to get in here. Been listening for 2 weeks now, and finally got you. Over.
Yeah, very good. Have you heard Rich on here tonight? Is KD6SW on the frequency? Over.
No, I haven't heard him. Band is up. You're 5 and 9 now. I heard that KR6MR, and then he faded out on me. But now you're 5 and 9. So you were down in the noise up in this area here. So I'm glad I got into you guys. I don't talk to anybody on 6, but at least I got you somewhere.
Okay, what's your name and what are you running for antenna and power? Over.
Just 100 watts here. The name is Pete. Papa Echo Tango Echo.
What does the call book say his name is, Rob?
Pete Shegas, over.
I didn't get that.
Papa, Edward, Tango Edward, Sierra Hotel, Edward, Golf, Alpha, Sierra.
What's the name?
Pete. P-E-T-E.
Oh, Papa Echo Tango Echo. Pete is his name?
QSL.
Okay. You've got the same distortion. Aaron, if you're copying me here on this band, are you hearing this distortion on Rob?
When he's coming through your radio.
Yeah, you're not hearing it on him, though, on your radio.
Well, I got to remember what gear I'm using. I'm listening to your radio on one ear and my radio on the other.
Yeah, well, it's my noise blanker. Don't worry about it. I realized I had the noise blanker on. I've got this damn noise in this direction. My neighbor's inverter is killing me tonight. Okay, we got it, Rob. Thank you. I'll write him in as Pete. And Pete, we hear you. Thank you very much. We'll listen for you on future evenings. Maybe Rob, maybe Rich will be in here in a little bit later. He's usually looking for me later, more like 8:45 or so. 8:45 or so for Rich, KD6SW. 73 for now, Pete. K6 India Papa Fox in Reading, or Cottonwood, I guess. K6 MYC 7373.
Yeah, and tell Pete to check his email. I sent him a link to the
flag. It was tuner problems.
Whoever's talking is totally broken up.
That was Phil, GGY.
It's terrible, Phil. I can't copy anything. It's so broken up.
Roger.
I got the blanker off now. Talk to me.
WB6GGY. Okay, WB6GGY. I got
You got BSWR and it's shutting your radio down on voice speaks, over.
Roger.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, and I guess that's what you said, but I couldn't get it.
373.
Okay, let me do this. John, are you still in there, KR6MR?
Roger, Mike. What do you need?
Nothing. I just wanted to make sure I had you. And you're not distorted. You're distorted. My blanker's taking everybody out, but this noise I have is so bad that the blanker's just taking about half the audio out. But on top of that, Phil's got a definite problem. And you mix the two together, and he's unreadable. Anyway, I just wanted to check in. Have you heard anything from Bill? How's he doing?
I heard him talking on FM to Dennis a few minutes ago. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, but he sounds okay. Well, not, but I'm here.
Oh, there you are. KO6KD. Good to hear you. We missed you on 222, though, over.
Yes, no, I'm not really thinking as straight as I should be. I missed this morning's 40-meter net. I asked John to check me in last night, and because I was feeling really bad. I'm feeling better. I was afraid that what's happening here is that not only is my back killing me, but the back ache may be a problem related to a infection that is going systemic. It's not. It's a system-wide, getting into my bloodstream, systemic. That's the problem I'm afraid I'm having, or was coming down with, and so I was afraid that I may not have been in here today. Anyway, because I was afraid that I would be actually in the hospital getting some sort of IV antibiotics if they could even stop it. Because I've had this happen before. It felt like it was doing it again. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about that. But good evening to John. Thank you for. I hope you passed the alarm last night. And Mike, I'm sorry that I've lost time. Yeah, I'm sorry to take up so much time here, but I wanted to bring you up to speed. If you can, check me in KO6KD776, over.
Yeah, we got you checked in, Bill, and I'm glad you're feeling at least well enough to get on the air here. I'll be on 40 in the morning for a few minutes, but won't be on for too long, but I'll check in and see if you're okay in the morning. If not, no problem. I was here this morning. We had an early wake-up call here. My power went out, and it didn't come back on when we turned PG&E on. There was some kind of delay, and I don't know whether Frank has fixed it or not, but we won't let it go out again. I'll turn the PG&E on tonight when I go to bed, so we won't have an outage. But we had an outage this morning for about a half an hour, and that got me up at 6 o'clock, and so I had thumb-twiddling time waiting for my stomach and everybody else to catch up with me, and I fiddled around and did other things in the morning here. But I did get on and call Phil a few times, but there was nobody on 137. Anyway, 73 for now, Bill. Did you want me to check you in on 222? Were you there?
I was not there. I'm sorry. No, I want to be absolutely truthful with what my check-in. I was not there. No, I got a phone call and said to come over and join the 75-meter net that starts at 7 p.m. And they're usually out of there by about 7:45, and then I'm able to pop over quickly. And but again, like I said, I'm just not thinking as clearly as I would normally. I thought there was a 2-meter net tonight, so that just shows you how far off on things I am. But no, I was not there. I'm sorry. I did not make it to 220. So I don't know if anybody else did, but thank you for offering. But no, I want to be truthful. If I was there, check me in, but unfortunately I was not. Over.
Okay, I also looked for Darren, but I did not hear Darren. Was he there?
I do not know. I did speak to him briefly on 2 meters, and he said that he was, I understood him to say that he was listening. But apparently he must have been called away, because I know he's having issues down there with his mother-in-law and his wife, and trying to take care of what's going on in his household. So he may actually have been pulled away at the last second. He said he was listening, but beyond that, though, apparently he never was there or did not hear you. Over.
Okay, I heard you, Darren. Go ahead, make a transmission, and I'll check you in on 220 if you were there. I'm not going to go back over there for the moment. It's getting too jumbled up here. KJ6KFB, go ahead, Darren. K6MYC.
Well, I made it over there to 220, but I was late. What can I say? KJ6KFB, good evening, Mike.
You said you were late, L-A-T-E, late?
Yeah, you'd already passed by, and I didn't catch it, so then I had to run back in.
Okay, no problem. I'll get you checked in, Darren, no problem. Thanks much, and good to hear you here also. Let me move on, because we haven't gotten down to KB6RQU yet. Do you want to go down that way quickly, Rob?
Okay.
There's 2 other check-ins. Let me get them. Who was at the other station?
63 Kilo 9 Tango Alpha Zulu.
K9 Tango Alpha Zulu. Good evening. Let me get you in here. Good to hear you coming in quite regularly. What was the Bozo number? Over.
I didn't quite copy that. I thought the deep stop just put up. I'm not ready to do the road.
Try it again. I didn't copy any of that. You took a fade and you went into my power line noise. I got the blanker on now. Give me your Bozo number. Over.
Go ahead and copy that, and we'll let you carry on with it.
Okay, I guess you can't remember it. Rob, I need K9 Tango Alpha Zulu Bozo number, and I'll give it to you. Stand by. We'll give you your number so you can write it down again. Stand by.
I think it's 1063. Yeah, I think it's 1063, Mike.
That's Jack in Elk Grove. It's 1063. 1063. Over.
Okay, yeah, it is 1063. Thanks for that, Bill. I just want to have Rob confirm it, because sometimes people get numbers tangled up. Not that I don't believe you. I didn't want to write it down until I was sure. 1063, we got it. And I think it's what's his handle?
Jack.
Jack, okay. Good evening, Jack. You're in and out of the noise here. Part of the problem is on my end. I've got power line noise or inverter from a neighbor, inverter noise. It sounds like power line noise, but it's inverter noise, and I'm pointing right at it at the moment, and I can't get rid of it. But when you're up in good shape, and when you're down, you're going to the noise, and I can't dig you out. Over. Did he come back? Did he come back, guys?
Negative, I didn't hear him.
I'm pointing to Lake Isabella.
Okay, give Rick a couple of calls.
Oh, I made it back, Mike.
KB6 RQU. Rick, you on tonight for the 6-meter Bozo Net? KB6 RQU, KM6SR with K6MYC. Standing by. KB6 RQU, Rick. I'm not hearing anything, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like he's gone for a while. I don't know if we'll ever get him back. I don't know what's happened down there, but something major. Okay, let's see. I got W6 Sugar Whiskey's on frequency. Let me move. I think I got everybody in the Sacramento area. Let me move over a little bit. Is there anybody left in Sacramento that I should pick up here? K6MYC Bozo Net, looking towards Sacramento, over. Okay, hearing nobody, I'm going to go get W6SSW. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, heard you on the live stream. A lot of local noise here. I hope you're hearing me okay.
Yeah, I've got you fine. You're probably hearing yourself now on live stream. Can you copy me here? You're a good copy. W6SSW. Sorry for the delay, but when you call in like that, if you don't give your call, I don't know who it is. And not that I need to know, but it's helpful. I don't know who to ask. Say, what did you say again, Steve, or whatever? So throw your call in there. It won't hurt.
Yeah, Whiskey 6 Sugar Whiskey. Yeah, I was just trying to. I heard him on your live stream, but I was trying not to step on him since he was behind me.
He was also weak and fading in and out, but it was good to hear him. I'm surprised we didn't have Rich in there at the same time, but Rich may be looking for me about now because I told him about 8:45, and I think that's where we are now. So maybe I should go up and give Rich one more call here. Let me get N6RO in here, and then I'll go back and see if I can hear Rich. RO, go ahead, RO.
Yeah, howdy. I think I gave you the news before, a little bit more on the arc fault. Sometimes the SO239 will not significantly clip or attach or stay contacted with the center pin. And that, I think, was the problem on one of the jumpers. Anyway, it's always a mystery.
Well, it is strange because those are big fingers and they usually don't have a problem unless they're sprung out for some reason.
Yeah, well, we had quite a few problems with them on stack matches. Gary had to replace the females on 2 or 3 different stack matches.
Well, sometimes the cheaper manufacturers make them out of brass, make the center pin out of brass instead of silicon. Beryllium copper, and when they do that, they don't have any spring, and then they bend out just a little bit, and then they don't make good contact. But that's just. But it sounds like you found the source and the reason for the problem anyway. Okay, N6RO, K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, fine. Well, the main thing is we got the station back on the air. Regardless of what the cause was. It could have been just a loose PL259. In fact, I found a loose connection on one of the jumpers in there. Anyway, we're solved anyway, N6RO.
Oh, good. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Well,
well, you'll know more how to get to it quicker.
Yeah, right.
All right. Thanks, Ken. We got you checked in here. It's a little hodgepodge this evening. I've got terrible noise, and so my receive conditions are pretty terrible. And we're a little bit jumbled up. Our normal station that comes on in Lake Isabella hasn't been there for a while. And it looks like he's not going to be there. But I always concerned because we used to start with him right at 8:30 or so. But he hasn't checked in for a couple of weeks, and he told me a couple of weeks ago that he was going to be in and out because of some problem that he's having there, and he never elaborated, and I didn't ask beyond a certain level. So I don't know whether it's monetary, or something with the wife, or something with the house, or something with the antennas. I don't know. So we just don't know. But he isn't checking in anymore. So. But I was concerned that we were overlooking him. Anyway, now I can continue on in a normal format here. Let me go to Reading real quick. I can see if I can catch Rich.
99, checking in.
Who is it?
199, Kilo 6 Echo Radio Foxtrot.
Oh, okay. Hi, Russ. K6ER up. There's a weird fade on you, and so maybe every other word is down a bit. Sometimes it's hard to copy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got the compression on and full letter watch output here. But anyway, good evening, and the call is K6 Echo Radio Fox, and you got it right. I just wanted to check in while we feel like conditions don't seem to be best tonight. Catch you there next time, Mike.
Yeah, you wanted to check in and do what tonight?
I'll catch you in next time. The conditions are not too cool tonight.
Well, they're pretty good. Let me ask you a question, though. Just stand by a second, and let me get some of the other guys to check in here, because it sounds like you've got similar distortion on your audio that we were having with Phil, WB6GGY. You're sounding like something is tearing while you're talking, or scraping or something at a high pitch. Aaron, are you hearing that?
RO hears it.
Hearing that on your radio.
Well, I have the radio talking back to me. I turned it off. Am I better now?
Yes, it's clean now, Ross. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Well, we got that accomplished. Dangers don't have 4 radios on at the same time. That's the secret.
I'm sorry. What? Let me get the antenna a little bit more at you. You're not in the pattern here. Let's see if that makes it any better. What did you say was the problem?
No, I just had several radios on here, and one was giving me feedback. A radio was giving me feedback, causing distortion to come through the mic.
Oh, yes, that's what it was. Yeah, that was what it was. The white noise from the other radio when it comes through the mic and it's high-pitched. Okay, that explains that. Thanks, Russ. We got all kinds of weird noises tonight. And it was funny because 2 people checked in and said they didn't hear it and sounded fine, and RO checked in and me, and I said we don't think it sounds good. So 2 people heard it and 2 people didn't, but it was there. Thank you, Russ. Good evening to you, and we'll migrate a little further along here. Let me go to Reading real quick, and then I'll be back toward the Bay Area in a minute. K6MYC going to Reading.
KC, you found? Yeah, I was trying it with 7 different stations on at the same time.
Yeah, I know. That makes it. That's why you can hear. I hear you, Kerry. Hang on a second, Kerry. I'm going to try for Reading for about a minute here. See if we can hear Reading through my new power line noise here. It's coming and going. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC Bozo Net calling. KD6SW, K6MYC calling and standing by. CW, CW, CW. KD6SW, KD6 Sopping Wet, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, K6MYC calling. K6 Mike Yankee Charlie and the Bozo Group calling and listening. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Rich. Okay, I'm not hearing him. One last call. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, K6MYC, and the Bozo Group calling and standing by. Over, Rich. peep of CW. Does Steve over there, and are you hearing any CW?
Yeah, I got an antenna up that way. I don't hear it.
Okay, nobody's hearing it either. Okay, very good. We'll give it away for tonight. Thanks, Ken. I'll go back into the Bay Area here and finish up.
Yeah, your noise sounds like my noise, Mike, W6SSW.
Yeah, well, that's an inverter, but it sounds awful lot like PG&E noise. You can hardly tell the difference. It may be at 60 cycles for all we know.
So is he running on batteries then, right now?
Who are you talking about? Who's running on batteries? Who asked the question about who? Is who running on batteries? Go ahead.
Your neighbor, is he running on batteries?
Yeah, he's off-grid. He is off-grid totally, Steve, over. Are you copying me, Steve?
Yeah, that might be the same thing I'm getting here, because it turned on at like 8:27, and it comes on like maybe I got a neighbor doing the same thing.
Yeah, very possible. Mine doesn't make any noise, but his does. It can be cured, but maybe you have to go do a little noise search for it there. Good luck with that.
Yeah, roger that. All right, I'll let you go. 7-3's catch you on 1296, W6SSW.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be so jumbled up on 1296 there. Let's see, I'm in the Bay Area, looking for Bay Area people on 6 meters here, 50.140, I hope. K6MYC and the Bozo Net, calling Bozo Net Bay Area, over.
Hey, don't forget about Kerry, Mike.
W6PQL.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, I got you, Ed. Kerry, are you still copying me? Hang on a second, Ed. KC5DTU, K6MYC. Are you still here, Kerry?
Roger, roger. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, well, I just wondered if you had anything further for me here. I don't want to cut you off, but I got to finish the Bay Area here as long as I'm in there, and then we can stick around and chat, and we can also check the 10 number, over.
I'll give you another call in the morning.
Oh, roger. Okay.
Okay. Well, 73s, and thanks, Rob. KC5DTU.
KC5DTU, KM6SR, 73.
Okay, back into the Bay Area. Ed, probably nothing more to add, but take it, and then we'll get our ears tuned for the Bay Area here. WA6AXX in the group, K6MYC.
WB6.
Okay, very good. Nothing else here. KLY and PQL in there as well. WA6AXX, I'll be listening.
DEP here too.
Who made that comment? Something about he's in here too. Who made the comment, please?
You guys just doubled in here too. Try again.
I said K6BVP here as well.
Oh, okay, K6BVP. Good evening, Vlad.
Yeah, Mike, I think you have a lot of noise today.
No, I've got a lot of people talking. What you don't hear sometimes is 3 or 4 people talking at once, and sometimes it's difficult to sort them out, over.
Roger on that. Sometimes it is difficult. Well, I don't know if anybody of you doing digital Tanzanian station 5H is on FT8 20 meters, but it's queuing in my face.
Well, I I was pretty low. Who's on what band?
There is a station, 5H station, 5 Henry on Tanzania, and on 58 meters.
Yeah, you're fading in and out on me. There's a station up. That didn't make any sense what you said. Either I didn't hear it right, probably. There's a station up on. Is it on 6 or 10 meters?
It's on 20 meters. FT8 out of Africa.
On 20 meters, and what about him? Where is he, or what's the deal on him?
Well, I haven't seen Tanzania yet, so that's the first one that I thought I'll share with you guys.
Oh, where is he located? Tanzania?
Yes, Tanzania. I was not pronouncing it correctly, sorry.
That's why I was struggling with it. I thought that's what you meant, but I wanted to be sure. Okay, somebody on 20 meters, and what frequency, the normal FT8 frequency on 20?
No, it's off normal. It's 14.090.
Okay, what's the normal frequency on 20? I thought that was right close to the normal frequency.
Well, the normal is 74.
Oh, okay, so he's on 14.090 from Tanzania. Do you have a call sign?
Yes, it's 5 Henry 4 Alpha Yankee Lima.
5 something 4, what was the middle letter?
5 Hotel 4 Alpha Yankee Lima.
Okay, 5H4, 5 Hotel 4 Alpha Yankee Lima. Got it. In Tanzania on 20 meters, FT8 14.090. And so if anybody wants to play with that one, you're welcome to zip over there. It is a rare country. You don't hear Tanzania very often. Too bad he doesn't get on phone. We could work him easily. I'm sure I can work him anyway. It's getting to be a little late for him tonight.
They pronounce it Tanzania in Tanzania.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it more difficult for you guys to understand it.
No, seriously, they do. It's Tanzania, they do.
Well, I thought I'm the only one saying it.
No, that's cool.
Okay. Whatever. The rest of the world doesn't pronounce it that way, but I guess we're wrong. Dane, WB6JNP, I copy you. I got you checked in, Dane. A little hectic this evening with many stations calling in different times and different comments and so on. So if you can hang in a while, fine. Otherwise, just you're checked in and you can go get the guy on 20 meters if you want. Hi. Okay. Let's see. I got you, Vlad, and I've got Ed. And let's see if there's anybody else now in the Bay Area. I've probably got some others that have been calling in, but I haven't got the calls yet. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area.
KW6S. W6PQL.
Okay, I got KW6S, 610. Good evening, Tom, again. And I got W6PQL, 1296. Who else?
K6KLY.
Oh, I got you in from a long time ago, but maybe you didn't hear me answer you. Way back in the beginning when you called in.
You're referring to KLY?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you, sir. Good evening to you. 111.
Yeah, I got it. Did you hear the news on whatever the hell they call it now? I call it Tanzania 5 Hotel station. Did you need him or want him?
No, I've got them on 7 bands already.
Yeah, okay, very good.
Good for you, Russ.
Okay, so I got W6PQL and one other. Who else was in here? Anybody else on 6, K6MYC? Okay, it's quiet at the moment. Jim, over to you. And I guess you did get Steve on 222. I got that, got him checked in. W6PQL, you still there or did you lose me?
Oh, I'm still here, Mike. things were kind of slow there for a moment, and so I switched over to the live stream, and then I realized you were talking to me. Yeah, we got Steve taken care of. That's all in the bank, so no problem. Got nothing else here, so carry on by all means. W6PQL.
Okay, refresh memory again. You told me on what day you were going in, so we might miss you on maybe 1 or 2 nights maximum on the net here. What was the day you're going in?
Yeah, I'm going in Friday, so I should be okay by Sunday, but probably in a lot of pain, but I'll make an effort to get on Sunday evening.
Oh, okay. I don't know how painful that is. I don't think it's too painful. There are other operations where you're dealing with bones and things like that can be much more painful. A knee replacement, because they cut your bones and they do a lot of stuff in there, that tends to ache for a few days. But I don't know about a hernia operation. I think that's you probably have some short-term pain for Friday and Saturday, and I think by Sunday you should be feeling pretty good. Of course, you can hurt it if you stretch wrong or sit on it wrong or something, but yeah, hopefully you'll be okay. Good luck with that. Hopefully everything is going smooth. You've certainly got a good group there at Stanford to take care of you. Over.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I don't like pain. I'm kind of a baby that way, but you know, I've got bullets here. I can just bite on a bullet.
There you go. Or a piece of leather and a jig or a whiskey, huh?
Well, that'll work too.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck. We'll see you next couple of nights here anyway. 1296, 2 meters, and 432 before you go under the knife, huh?
Yeah, nothing's going to happen until Friday morning.
There you go. All right. Very good. Who else are we missing here? I'm sure there's a couple of others. I heard K6KLY, of course, we got in here. Russ and Vlad, we got you. Vlad, I didn't get your number. When you check in, since you do that intermittently for a while, let me get you to give me your Bozo number for a while until I don't need it anymore. Over. Oh, he's gone already.
Are you asking me, Mike?
He's 874.
Mike, who you asking me?
Yeah, you've got a really funny flutter on you. 874, I've got it, Vlad. Rob gave it to me. 874, I got it.
Got it. I wasn't sure if you asking me or somebody else.
Yeah, you're not your normal signal strength tonight. You're way down. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm really struggling with you. And your audio is weak as well.
Bare bones here, and I'm not sure if my antenna pointing in the right direction after the storm, but should be fixed in the near future.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's some very deep fades. About every 2 seconds you go in and there's a word missing or way down from the other words, and so it's difficult for my old 86-year-old ears to follow it. AGC doesn't work well anymore. So I'll hear K6VV and nothing, and then you're back again, K6VV. This is flat, and it's just the way the QSB has taken it out this evening. It's very radical. I've never heard that on you before. And it may be because your antenna's off of me a little bit. That sometimes can create more of that kind of stuff. All right, Vlad, thanks very much for checking in, and appreciate it. Good to hear you. K6VVP and the group K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go down to Santa Cruz and get a word or two from Tom?
Well, I can officially check in, K6USY 1079.
Hey, that's good for you. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, I think Ed was over there, WA6AXX.
Yeah, we got Ed earlier.
Okay, I didn't remember you talking to him. Thanks.
Yeah, he was the one that told us that we were pronouncing Tanzania wrong.
Well, it's just that's the way they pronounce it in Tanzania. We were there like 20 years ago, and they call it Tanzania. But I think in the U.S. the proper pronunciation is Tanzania.
Yeah, I wasn't picking on you, Ed. I'm always up for those corrections when we get something wrong. I mean, it means a lot to the people in that country. But when you said what you said, there's a lot of syllables in there that are missing, you know, and that's what makes it sound funny. In our world, the I and the A on the end are two different things, and they have a little bit of accentuation on each one, and I think that's why it becomes Tanzania instead of Tanzania. It's like somebody from a foreign country talking about La Jolla down there in San Diego. They call it La Jolla, over.
Right. Yeah. Besides, Tanzania sounds cooler.
Yeah, it does. It must be a new country. I'd never heard of that one.
Very good.
All right, take care. And we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296 here. It's been a blast tonight, I can tell you. All kinds of weird things going on here. Okay, I think we're done, but let's just take a standby. Tom, do you have any final comments? KW6S, K6MYC.
Oh, K6MYC, KW6S. Oh, not a lot. I did work 5H4AYL, and I worked her on 10, 12, and 20 meters, all three bands, and fairly easily. So all FT8, of course. I think that might be all she's operating. I'm not sure. But, yeah, and there's a chance Lee is maybe still in here tonight.
Yeah, let me take a standby for Lee, but I got to do a play on her call sign. If you mix up the letters just a little bit, you can say that's a hot young lady.
Yeah, and that could get mixed up.
She probably didn't pick that for that reason, though, did she?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Pretty nice QSL card.
Oh, really? You got it already, huh? So is a picture of her?
Kind of a drawing, and it kind of matches some pictures. And no, I didn't get a card. I just saw it when I was checking to see if I was in the log.
Okay. Very good. I got a QSL card from a Hawaiian guy one time. It didn't show a picture of him, but he had a nude friend of his that allowed him to put her on the QSL card, sitting on the beach nude. That was wonderful.
Yeah, HRO in San Diego used to have a discrete wall covered with that.
Okay. One big QSL card or a whole bunch of them?
A whole bunch of them.
Oh, boy. Okay. Anyway, let's see if Lee is in there. Lee, what do you think? KB6 Lima Echo Elo. KB6 Lima Echo Echo, K6MYC. Yeah, he may have given up on us. Is it past his bedtime or something?
I'm not sure. KB6LEE, KW6S. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be any louder than you are here to him there, Mike. Yeah, I kind of turned into a pumpkin about 9:30, so I'm going to start shutting things down here now and catch you tomorrow night on 1296. I've got a sked with K6ZMW on 1296 at 7 and we're gonna try it again tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. On frequency 100?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Okay. I might come out a little early and see if we can get in there, not to get in your way, but to either help out or say hello to Joe. But that'd be good. Hopefully you can make it tomorrow night. I don't know whether weather conditions are conducive to any kind of special radio propagation. I would guess that it's not going to be the best night of the year, but that's my personal opinion. But you can't make the weather happen when you make a sked a week ahead of time.
No, we just made it a day ahead of time, but it's more of our life schedules more than trying to fit the weather patterns. He's been hearing me, and I can tell he's there, but I can't really call it a contact yet. So we're really close.
Yeah. Well, he's waiting for his 49er here. He's got one of our 49 element thing like Frank's running a couple of those. Now, he had 4 up, but it was too sharp azimuth-wise, so he put one above the other, and it seemed to be working very, very well. We'll hear it tomorrow night. And you can evaluate his 10-watt signal with the two 49ers. But that's what Joe is waiting for. The problem is I'm changing the design to make it easier to fabricate and easier for the customer to put together. And that's being interrupted by a few other crises that keeps getting in the way. Most of it hinges on the back shoulders and of my son Matt, because he's got to draw the first starting pictures of it to get going with this thing. And we pretty well got it laid out, but it's just been one of those last few days have been just hectic with other things on the agenda. He worked all weekend down in Selma. His wife's mother had a ranch or had a big farm down there, a grape orchard or something, and they had 7 Ferguson Massey tractors down there. You can appreciate this coming from the valley, Tom. They had 7 tractors, and 5 of them are now sitting out in the field with dead batteries, but they're out there about 300 yards from power. And Matt went out with a little vehicle and some jumper cables, but they didn't have enough push to get over the limitations of the dead battery and so on. So they got them to crank over a little bit, but that was it. And they have to do a lot of other work on them. So he worked on it all weekend on these 5 tractors. He's got 2 of them running, and he took them. They were given to him by the family. So he's got them down on the property in Napomo. So they do work when you get all the pieces put together on it. But these damn things have been sitting in the field for about 5 or 6 years, and dead batteries and whatever else, clogged up carburetors with bad gas and all the rest of it. Yeah, KW6S for your final, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Oh, I know the Massey Fergusons pretty well, and we had quite a few of those, and also Ford tractors. After I left, my dad, I think, got he stayed with the Masseys for a while, and then he got at least one John Deere, because I had to sell the John Deere, and we had a Minneapolis Moline, and I sold both of those. But yeah, it's if it's sat that long, it's going to be kind of tough to get going again unless you got some real battery, and I assume they're gas and not diesel, and just neither one's easier than the other, but they're just certainly a totally separate set of circumstances to deal with. Anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll catch you tomorrow night on 1296 K6 MYC KW6S. Good night.
Okay, you got your pillow and your little bunny slippers on, and you're ready to go off to bed, right?
No, it's more like go in the other room and sit on the sofa with my wife with a glass of wine.
Oh, there you go. Okay, good way to wind down. Wind down.
Yeah, we used to go to a little restaurant over here. They had Wine Down Wednesdays, and $10 for all the wine you could drink.
Hey, that's a deal.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, the company went out of business.
I bet you so. A bunch of alcoholics over there, huh?
Well, they were doing okay till I started going.
Oh, is that what it was?
There was something they weren't paying their taxes to the IRS or somebody, and they started showing up and emptying out the cash register at the end of a shift, and they couldn't survive that too long, and so they finally just gave it up.
The owners doing that, or some employee?
Some federal tax agents.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, they were way behind in some taxes, and they put a lien on the income, and then I guess so they started not depositing it and paying the employees in cash and so forth, so there was no real record of it, and eventually they got caught.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the restaurant, and the replacement there is not that good.
Well, it's all gone. Never fails, huh? Well, you gotta at least give a whirl, do half of your taxes right as best you can. Don't get too far behind. That's the key. All right, take care, Tom. Thanks very much. Good evening to you. I didn't hear Frank in here tonight. Maybe he's got the 6-meter antenna on the ground. But he'll be down here in the morning. We'll see everybody tomorrow night on 1296. Good evening for now. Anybody else for Tom or anybody else? Go ahead, K6MYC.
Well, I checked in earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I heard him, Mike. And then went on to ask who the other person was. And anyways, I'm here. I'll see you in the morning. Good evening.
Okay. I may have you in there, but I can't read my log. I'll put you in again.
Yeah, okay, very good. W6BBS72.
Frank is worth the second check-in.
Well, there's no doubt about that. He paid his dues this morning. We got him out of bed at 6 in the morning when we actually. I thought we had plenty of battery, and when I went to bed, I thought there was plenty of battery, and by 6 o'clock it had run out again. So I got something in the house here, and I don't know what it is, but every now and then I see 4,000 and 5,000 watts going out, and I can't figure out where the hell it's going.
Yeah, I've noticed that on your screen, too. Right now you're only pulling 1,300 watts, and you're at 45%, so you're doing fine right now. But, yeah, so I don't know, you got a couple teenagers living with you or something.
Well, something, because, you know, if I can run 1,500, I'm running hard 1,500 here on this band, and the FTD and the ICOM 9700's online, and not transmitting, of course, but it's online, and all amplifiers are in ready to go mode. So the station, the operation of amateur radio doesn't take that much current, but all of a sudden I'll look over there and there's 4,800 watts going somewhere. Where the hell's that going? I got gas heaters in the house, and the only thing it would involve was fans. There's nothing else. So I'm in a mystery mode right now. We'll find it. It'll be like the hot water leak under the cement that we'll find in a year from now.
Yeah, you got to get one of those fancy panels that tells you how much power is going out each breaker, and then you can figure out what branch line it's on.
Well, yeah, I could just use a clip-on ammeter and find that, but and read them, you know, individually. But I can't read the meter, so I can't do the troubleshooting that I would normally have done in the past. Over.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. And of course you got to be there with the meter when the thing is on pulling the juice.
Yeah, you do, but there's many times I'm looking at it and I'm seeing 3,500, 4,500 watts, and what the hell is going on here? And I go in and check the dryer and the wash machine. Nothing's on in the bathroom. All the lights are out. I can't figure out where it's going. Anyway, that's another story. We'll find it eventually. But in the meantime, I think I'll just have to get 3 more big batteries and put some more storage capability in here. 7-3, Aaron, thank you for all your help and listening through that terrible noise. You can see it when I'm in the clear direction, like the Bay Area, it clears right up. Now, sometimes it's bad in the Bay Area. I don't know quite why. When I'm looking at the Bay Area, I'm looking right at my neighbor's house. When I was a little bit north of that, just 10, 15 degrees, the noise came up like crazy, but I'm not sure that he's not radiating and it's going out from his house in different directions, running something in the barn or something else. So, but it's not right at him, but there's nothing else in that direction. So, I don't know. Anyway, but you can tell it's a nasty noise when it comes in there. K6USY and others, K6MYC for a wrap-up.
Oh, yeah, I'm always surprised that half this stuff actually makes it on the market, throwing out that much noise. You know, I still got to figure out why my air conditioner wipes me out on 6 meters. I've just been kind of ignoring it because I haven't had to run my air conditioner for months, but I know here pretty soon I'm going to have to turn it on. I'm going to have to figure out how to solve it. And, of course, once I solve it with my air conditioner, all my neighbors' air conditioners are the exact same manufacturer and probably have the exact same problem. So, and, of course, you know, the FCC is not going to do a dang thing about it, so, oh well.
There is a couple of new devices out there. They're not that new, but we got a discussion on our 20-meter net the other morning. There's a unit called an AM, what the hell was it? AM something or other. AM X or something. Anyway, it goes in your receive audio line between your speaker and your radio, and it converts. It takes about 0.28 seconds. It sends a signal to the server, and the server cleans it up with AI, and it comes back, and it's like FM. Over.
Yeah, RM noise. I already have it installed on my computer, and I've already been playing with it.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't like running it because it adds just enough audio delay that it makes it really hard to key up on time. But yeah, it adds about a quarter second of delay. But I've used it successfully. It does do an amazing job. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll get whatever. What do you think's going on at the server? Is it to take that much power to take the noise out of the audio? That's something that could be done, seemingly to me, on a chip, and then they could build it right into the radio in the future. Over.
Well, basically what they did is they trained the neural network with like 24 hours of listening to just empty white noise on the band, and then they're using, you know, fancy specialized hardware and software to process the audio. And they could package it to run on your computer with the proper hardware, but I think for proprietary reasons, they don't want to let it out of the bag, and so that's why they force you to send the audio to them, is because they don't want people to figure out how to reverse engineer it or whatever.
Well, there's two other units out there that really in South Africa tried to. They are well, what do you say it was anyway? He had two other units that he's used. He doesn't like either one of them, but they all have similar delay characteristics, I think. But he's done his noise reduction with loops. He has got about 4 antennas in his yard, and he can switch between them, and he gets noise cancellation from one receive antenna to the other, and the receiver takes care of it and cancels with a slight delay. I think that's how it works. I don't know, but it doesn't hear the main signal because the main signal is coming from the main antenna. But the two little loop antennas on his yard pick up the local noise, and then it just cancels that out. Over.
Yeah, there's a lot of products on the market. You basically you phase it out. Yeah, you have a local receive antenna to pick up the noise, and then you just cancel it out. Yeah, there's MFJ's got a box that does that. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, a lot of neat techniques. Of course, some of this is, we still got to go out and hunt this stuff down and get the stuff fixed, because you can't always fix all of it. But yeah, there's just some of it we're kind of destroying the bands with all this junk. My daughter's got this cheap keyboard in her bedroom, and anytime I transmit on the radio, it was getting into the speaker on it, and I was like, well, it's a cheap keyboard from China. What do you expect, kid?
Yeah, yeah. You have so little sympathy, Aaron.
My solution was to put it on batteries, so I temporarily solved the solution, and for her birthday, we're going to get her a better piano.
There you go. Okay, Rob, anything from you? I don't know who's left in here. Frank is gone. He went to go to bed, and Rob, take one, and then we'll see who else is left, and otherwise we're going to get out of here. I've been on since 7:30. I'm getting worn out.
Roger on that. Boy, tonight was brutal. I couldn't even keep up, and I wasn't even trying to run the damn thing. Over.
Yeah, it was brutal. With the noise problems, and then the guy up in Cottonwood or whatever, and And then Larry on 220, he said Larry was having trouble on 220. He's S6, S7 here, and he says, I can't hear you, Mike. You went down in the fade. And it went through the whole night like that. He could barely ever hear me. He says, you're about S3. That's the strongest. So I'm sitting there running 800 watts to him. So he was having trouble, too, so we had to keep playing that game. So it was... Rick, KB6RQU, I wish that we could get some kind of feedback from him, at least to know if there's anything that we could do for him. I don't think so, but he's probably too proud to ask. Over.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I have a hard time figuring him out, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try to give him a call sometime and see if he wants to tell us what's going on or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the other thing is guys are checking in from all over the place, not in the area you're talking to, and I'm trying to bounce back and forth and trying to get the guy on QRZ, and they got the wrong thing number for there, and it just was a mess tonight. Over.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then my noise didn't help anything. Yeah, it was a funny night. And then when people make comments and I don't recognize their voice, some people I recognize voices or catch their signal by signal strength. I can always tell when you come in because you go to 50 over 9 and it takes 5 minutes for my AGC to unwind. But, other people like Steve up there has a good audio, beautiful audio, but he sounds like 6 other guys. I can't separate them, particularly when they come in with 3 or 4 words. It's I, Mike. That doesn't give me an identification I can use, and I don't know how to ask him again. Say it again now? How do you know that? Anyway, they were all listening and hearing better on the streaming than I was here. Of course, I've got the Bluetooth in the loop, and usually I hear pretty good, but sometimes there's certain syllables and when there's certain amounts of noise and stuff in the background, it makes it difficult. All right, good night, Rob. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on 1296. Good night, Aaron. K6USY for a final, K6MYC.
I think I doubled with you, Mike. You paused and I went.
Oh, luckily I didn't say anything. I just turned it over to Aaron.
Before that. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was just double checking because half the time when I key up, I'm looking at Mike's radio and he's either talking over me or you're talking. So, but yeah, you guys doubled. I kind of heard what both of you guys were saying. But yep, good night, Mike. Good night, Rob, and we'll catch you guys on 1296 tomorrow. K6USY DMO6.
Kerry, Rob, by the way,
SR 73.
I told Kerry about the Tucker interview with Mike Benz, and he watched it today, and then we talked afterwards. It did give him some new information, but some old information also, so we had quite a chat on the phone about that, but I haven't been able to get the thing to go over. But maybe if you could call Kerry, he could probably tell you. I just told him what it was. It was called Tucker's website, and he went there and got it. And he was, before I got off the phone the first time with him or on the air or wherever I was, he was already looking at it. So it's easy to bring up. But man, oh man, is it worth watching? I could highly, highly, highly recommend it. It'll answer some questions for you. But it's one of those interviews that's so intense. And this guy speaks not fast, but he's fully loaded with information. And every sentence is not a throwaway. I mean, he's saying something in every sentence, and then the fifth sentence that he just passed by, and he ties it back together at the end after the fifth sentence and the fifth act that he brings in, and then he makes a conclusion. The problem is you don't know that's coming. And so you don't know how hard to listen and what to remember in that sentence. Anyway, I found when I listened to it the second time, I got tons more out of it than I did the first time because I knew what was coming and knew what to look for. But there's some comments in there I still have to go back and listen again related to the Supreme Court decision that's in the mix there. But boy, oh boy, you should listen to that interview. So I highly recommend trying to find it on your computer, Rob. Over.
Okay, yeah, I could probably find it there. I'm kind of jammed for time right now with my home insurance issues that I'm trying to work out there. Over.
Oh, I understand. It's called Democracy Upside Down is what the heading is. The 3 keywords, Tucker's blog or his website or whatever he calls it, and then Michael Benz and Democracy Upside Down. He's had the earlier one with Putin, so you don't want to be watching that one unless you want to watch it again. But this is the latest one, and it's good.
Okay, thanks for the information. What I doubled with you, I was asking you about Rich up there, KD6SW. In the beginning, I thought you said you had him in there, and then I think you said you didn't have him. Over.
Well, I didn't have him. He never showed up, but the guy I was hearing was K6ITF, the guy that we finally identified. And that's who I thought it would. It didn't sound like Rich, see, and Rich doesn't usually have that good a signal on sideband. And this guy wasn't great, but he was coming up out of the noise, and he was readable most of the time, and he'd go down in the noise and so on. Just about the most inopportune times for him to go into noise is when he was giving his call. So that's who I thought was Rich. See, I wasn't expecting somebody unknown to come out of nowhere. Over.
Yeah, and especially from Reading, because there's not a big populace there, too. Okay, I scratched him off, and I think I showed 23 tonight. Is that about what you got?
I got 22 counting me, but I could have missed somebody here.
Okay, well, I'm pretty close, I guess. Yeah, I texted Dave at K6DBG, and I guess the 6-meter antenna's down, so that's why we're not hearing him on 6. Over.
Oh, okay. Wonder why it's down. Did it fall down or he take it down? Well, he's going to put yours up, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing that I gave to him. I guess I sold it in trade, which I've never consummated. But yeah, I don't know what the deal. If he took down the wire or whether it fell down or what, I don't know.
And he's kind of gone off in his own little world. You know, he's apparently was quite a fisherman at one point in time, and he made rods for people, special fishing rods, and wound them up, and he made lures and fishing rods, and made some pretty good stuff, I guess, for some pretty important people. And that's what he was saying last night. He's got an interview on the radio on Mighty 690, which is a big radio station across the border. They broadcast studios, I think, are in L.A., but they broadcast from Tijuana with a couple of megawatts. The Mighty 690. But he's got an interview with somebody on there, and he was excited about that.
Yeah, I remember talking to him for a while back, and he was really into doing that. So that's an interesting talent to have. Over. Yeah,
and he's really proud of it, and so that's nice. And it's gotten him some nice friends. He's met up with quite a few of the movie stars that fish for fun and for sport down there in the L.A. area. When he was down there, he met quite a few of them, made rods for them. So he's rubbed shoulders with some pretty interesting celebrities down there. Anyway, good night, Rob. I'm out of here. Good night, Aaron, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. K6MYC, clear and closing, but listening. Rob's putting the kids to bed.
NYC, KM6SR, 73.
Yeah, good night. Rob's putting the kids to bed, 73.
Yeah, you mean Aaron's putting them to bed. I don't have any kids. Over.
Oh, yeah, Rob, Aaron, yeah. I'm tired, you can tell.
Yep, the kids have been long in bed. K6USY, and good night to the 8 people still streaming on YouTube. I'll be bringing down the stream. K6USY, DMO6.
Oh, they streaming or making chat rooms?
Oh, just streaming. So, but we had 41 people total throughout the night. Then the number kind of goes up and down. Most people aren't in here the whole night.
How can they be streaming if they're not coming through me?
What do you mean?
Well, you're talking about 1290. You're talking about 222N 6 meters.
Yeah, because it's one stream for both nets. So total, we've had 41 people drop by the stream tonight.
Yeah, okay, that's about right. Yeah.
But when I go back and look at the analytics, it basically tells you that most people aren't hanging around for the whole night, which is fine. People just kind of jump in and out.
Yeah, some do, some don't.
Yep, it's funny when you tell the guys that, and they go, "Oh, right." It's like, "Yep, that's why it's there." Alrighty, Mike. We'll catch you later at K6USY.
Yeah. They ask for it and then they don't use it.
Yeah, mine's still on. I guess I'll turn it off. KM6SRR.
Okay, and put me back on the normal screen if you would, because I got to go turn on PG&E, and I want to monitor the battery condition in 7.3.
Yep, I got to schedule the net for tomorrow, and then I'll put the normal screen back up. K6USY.